Hi students, welcome to Plus One Computer class. So we are discussing our chapter control statements. In the previous video we discussed the various control statements like switch statement. Switch statement is a multi-branching statement or multiple branching statement. According to the equality checking of case constant it will work, and it uses break statement along with statement block. Then after that we discuss the comparison between switch statement and else if ladder statement. Both are multiple branching statement. Then after that we discussed about the conditional operator. Conditional operator is a ternary operator. It uses three expressions. Expression 1, question mark indicate the condition. Then after that statement block 1 or test expression 2 colon test expression 3. If the condition is true, the first test expression will execute, otherwise the second one will execute. So the decision making statement and the selection statement section was over. Next we are going to start the important section of this chapter, that is called iteration statements. Iteration statements. Okay, what is that statement name? Iteration statement. So iteration statement, or one more name is a looping statement. Iteration statements or looping statement. So in iteration statement, every program is executing repeatedly. Okay, so in iteration statement, everyone is repeating. Okay. Then, so in iteration statement, we are going to start the initialization statement. That means the iteration statement sections: initialization, test expression, update expression, body of the loop, and then we will discuss the first iteration statement, that is while loop. Okay, so all these we will discuss in this video. Iteration statement. Iteration statement, one more name is a looping statements. Iteration or looping statement. Then I think in the fourth chapter in algorithm and also flowchart we use the term loop, entry controlled loop and exit controlled loop. Loop means in some of the situations you want to repeat some kind of operation. That means same operation you want to repeat one or more time. For example, one real life example is already given in your textbook, that is, suppose you want to give a gift for the full A+ holders. If your teacher asks to wrap the gift, then what you want to do? The same process we are executing. Take the gift and wrap it and tie it properly. Then again take the second one and again wrap it again. That means same operations we are repeating. There will be no change. The same gift again and again we are wrapping. Okay, that means the operation remains same. We are repeating the operation one or more time. That kind of statements are known as iteration statement. To control the iteration statement, we are using loop control variable. Loop control variable. So with the help of loop control variable, we can execute iteration statement. The commonly used iteration statements are while loop, then for, then one more is a do while. So in this, while and for loop belonging to entry controlled loop category and do while belonging to exit controlled category. Okay. While and for belonging to entry controlled category and do while belonging to exit control category. In fourth chapter we already compared entry controlled loop and exit controlled loop. What is the speciality of entry controlled loop? In entry controlled loop, at the beginning we will check the condition. After that we will execute the body of the loop. But in exit control, first we will execute the body part, then at last we are checking the condition. So in while, condition is checking first, but in do while, condition is checking last. Clear? So that is entry controlled and exit controlled loop. Entry controlled loop example while and for, exit control example do while. Clear? So these are the commonly used iteration statement: while, for, do while. So first we will discuss while loop. Okay, first we will discuss the working of while loop. Before that, we will discuss the basic terminologies that we are using in a loop. I already mentioned loop control variable we are using to check the or to specify the working of a looping statement. So the first part of loop control variable is initialization statement. Initialization statement. So before starting the loop, you want to initialize the loop control variable. Suppose you are printing a number, natural number from 1 to 100, we are starting from number 1. So that's why you want to initialize loop control variable by 1. Then after initialization, you want to check the condition. Okay, the condition checking is belonging to the category of test expression. Second concept that we are using in loop control variable is test expression. If the test expression is true, then the remaining set of operations will execute. If the test expression is true, then what will happen? Body of loop will execute. Body of loop means it will be a single statement or set of statement. Okay, it will execute. After body of the loop, what will be the next? That means we initialized a structure variable. Then that variable checked using test expression. After the checking, body of the loop will execute. After the body of the loop, you want to update the value. So for updating value, we are using update expression. Update expression. Okay, update expression. So all these I can include in a flowchart representation. So the beginning section will be initialization expression. Okay, initialization statement. So first we are initializing loop control variable. If it is a while loop. Okay, how it is working. So after the initialization, you want to check the condition. Condition is also known as test expression. First we are checking the condition, test expression, because here it is entry controlled loop. That's why first we are checking the condition. If the condition is true, what will happen? Body of loop will execute. Body of loop will execute. Then after body of the loop, you want to update the value. Update expression. Update expression. After updating the value, again you want to check the text expression. So this will work according to that. If the condition is true. Then if the condition is false, it will not enter into looping statement. It will not enter into the looping statement. Then automatically it will move to outside the loop. Outside of loop. It will not enter into the looping statement. So this is the general flowchart symbol for entry controlled loop. So first initialization is checking, then after that test expression is executing. We are checking the condition. If the condition is true, the remaining set of blocks will execute. Body of the loop and update expression will execute. Then after that again it will repeat. Okay, clear? Then next we will discuss the statement. Here I am going to use is while loop. Okay, so which loop here we are using? While loop. So first I will write the general syntax for while loop. General syntax for while. So it uses the keyword while. Before that, initialization statement. Initialization statement. Then after that, while test expression. Any of the test expression. After that, open the bracket. Body of loop. Then update expression. Okay, exp means expression short form is exp. Then here inside the bracket test expression or condition. Then okay, I am going to write a small example to print the numbers between 1 to 5. Okay, what is that? 1 to 5. So we are starting with number 1. So first I am going to write the initialization statement. So here I am using the variable k. K equal to 3. Okay, what is the first statement? K equal to 3. What is k equal to 3? We are initializing the variable. You want to print number 1 to 3. So which number we are starting? K equal to 1. Then after that I am going to write the test expression. What will be the test expression? While k. Up to which number you want to print? Less than or equal to 3. K less than or equal to 3. Then open the bracket. Body of the loop. What we are going to use? We are going to print the numbers. So how we will print? Cout K. We are printing the number K. If the next number should be in the next line, then you want to use an escape sequence called /t. Next line, then /n. Okay. So Cout K /n. Then after that, after printing number 1, next number will be number 2. So you want to update K ++. Close the bracket. Small example for while loop. So here k equal to 1 is known as initialization statement. Here k is known as loop control variable. Then after initializing the loop control variable, we are checking the condition. What is the condition? K less than or equal to 3, because we want to print number from 1 to 3. So final number you want to compare. The condition is true. So which one will execute? Body of the loop will execute. Here body of the loop is printing the variable. We are printing the number k. So we got number 1 on the screen. Then after that you want to get number 2. So again you want to update the loop control variable. To update loop control variable, we are using k ++. Then immediately after incrementing, 1 will change to 2. So again it will check the condition, k less than or equal to 3. Yes, condition is correct because 2 less than or equal to 3. Then again it will print the number 2. Then after that again k will change to 3. Then again the condition will check k less than or equal to 3. Yes, condition true, we will get 3 on the screen. Immediately after printing 3, k will update to 4. Then 4 less than or equal to 3. Condition false. So automatically it will exit from loop and it will go to return 0 statement. Clear? So this is the general syntax of while loop and this is the flowchart representation of while loop. So every looping statement consists of 4 different segments, that is initialization expression, test expression, body of the loop, update expression. Okay, clear? Then the same, I am going to write one more C++ program that indicate the working of while loop statement. Okay, so this is a general syntax that I am not going to rub. So according to that we will write. So in your textbook, one program is write a C++ program to print the first 10 natural numbers. What is the question? Write a C++ program to print the first 10 natural numbers. Suppose I want to print like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the numbers want to come in separate lines. So you want to use escape sequence in body of the loop. So we will start with the header file #include iostream. #include iostream. Then using namespace std. Using namespace std semicolon into main. Open the bracket. So here I am going to declare the loop control variable. So which one is the loop control variable? N equal to 1. What does the statement indicate? N equal to 1. This is initialization. Okay, initialization. We are declaring n is equal to 1. Initialization statement. Then next one, so initialization is over. What will be the next statement? Next I am going to write the test expression. What will be the test expression? We are printing number from 1 to 100. First 10. Okay, what is the question? First 10 natural numbers. So the last number will be 10. So we can write the condition like this. While n less than or equal to 10. What is this? Test expression. The statement indicate the test expression. Then after that I am going to write the body of the loop. Body of the loop mean what we are executing? We are printing the numbers. To print the number present at variable n, we can write cout n. Then the next number will be at next line. So that's why here I am using /n. So what is /n? /n is an escape sequence. Escape sequence, immediately after printing n, it will go to the next line. Then after that we want to update n++. We are incrementing. Now the value of n equal to 1. After printing 1, it will change to number 1. So body of the loop is over. So this loop will continue, or this loop will execute until n reaches 11. That means when the condition falls. Okay, so when the condition falls, it will exit from or exit outside the loop, and after that return 0 statement, again close the bracket. One more bracket. Look here. Int main bracket open here, while also. While bracket we closed here. Then int main you can write like this. So we can easily separate the brackets. Clear? So this is to print the natural numbers from 1 to 10. So here n equal to 1 is the initialization statement, while n less than or equal to 10 test expression, then cout /n body of the loop, n++ updation. Okay, then one more program I am going to write, the same program that is in your textbook. That is to find the sum of even numbers up to 20. Sum of even numbers. So here write the header files. #include iostream. Then using namespace std. Using namespace std. Then int main. Then here I want to find the sum of even numbers up to 20. So here I am going to declare two variables, one for loop control variable and the second one to store the sum. Sum equal to 0. Here sum equal to 0 means if we declare a value, there will be a chances for garbage value. So to remove that garbage value, we are using sum equal to 0 because I is a loop control variable that we are initializing later. Then here you want to find sum of even numbers. So which one will be the even number? From which even number we are starting? I equal to 2. So this is initialization. This is called initialization statement. I equal to 2 up to 20. So here again I am going to check the condition. While I less than or equal to 20. Then what you want to find? First you want to find the sum. Okay, so whichever even number we are getting, that number we are adding to the variable sum. Sum equal to sum plus I. Then after that we are changing the value of I plus plus. Close the bracket. So here I plus plus is the looping statement, I plus plus updation. Updation statement, and this is body of the loop and this is the test expression. Okay, I hope you know for what we are using double slash to specify the comments. Then if the condition is false, that means if I reaches 22, then at that moment we can exit from the loop. So when we are exiting from the loop, the final sum will be available at the variable sum. So that you want to print. Cout sum of numbers equal to sum. then return 0, main bracket we are closing here. Then, okay, what is the difference between these two statements? In the second statement, sum equal to sum plus I is the body of the loop. Okay, here we are not printing anything. We are printing after the loop, or when suppose you want to print the result, you want to exit from the loop and then we are printing. For example, so now there are two variables present. Okay, which are the variables? I and sum. The initial value of I is equal to 2. Is there any value present at sum? No. So now the sum is equal to 0. So immediately after executing sum equal to sum plus 0, what will be the value of sum? Sum is equal to 2. The first value will be available at 2. Then after that 2 will change to. So here when we write I plus plus, it will increment by 1. So here instead of I plus plus, what you want to write? I plus 2. Okay, so instead of I plus plus, what you want to write? I plus 2, or otherwise we can write I equal to I plus 2. So after executing I equal to I plus 2, the value of I will change to 4. So after the second iteration, 2 plus 4. Then next even number 6, 8, 12, like that. So all the even numbers are adding on each iteration. So at last number 20 will be added to the variable sum. Then now the final sum is available at the variable sum. So next thing is you want to print it. So to print the number, what you want to do? When the value of I reaches 22, the condition remains wrong. At that moment it will exit from the loop and the statement outside the loop. But which statement is outside the loop? See out sum of numbers. This will execute and after that we will get the final result. Okay, so in the first program we are printing, each time we are printing, but in the second statement immediately after the looping we are printing the result. Sum of numbers is equal to sum. So that is the difference. You know, final sum means we require only single number. So at that moment we are printing outside the loop, but in natural numbers printing means we require, if 10 numbers you want to print, then 10 different number, 10 times you want to print. But here only one time we are printing immediately after exiting from the looping statement. Clear? So this two program that explains how we are executing while loop. While loop is an example for entry controlled loop. Entry controlled means at the beginning we are checking the condition. After checking the condition, body of the loop is executing and after that updation is executing. Then return 0 statement. Clear? So these are the two examples that indicate how the while loop is executing. Okay, so hope you understood. Please write and study this program in your notebook because all these programs are interconnected. Clear? All these are interconnected. So please try to write this program in your notebook. So again, we will revise the topics that we studied in this video. So the first topic was iteration statement or looping statement. Suppose you want to execute a single statement one or more time, then we can use iteration statement. Iteration statement consists of 4 different sections. Initialization, test expression, body of the loop, updation expression. Then after that we discussed while loop. The general syntax for while loop. The general syntax for while loop is initialization. Then after that we are checking the condition. The condition is true, body of the loop will execute. Here /n is known as escape sequence. /n is used to move to the next line. Then n++ updation statement. Then already I explained 2 programs. First program to print the natural numbers from 1 to 10. Second program to print even numbers sum up to 20. Between the numbers are between up to find the sum of even numbers up to 20. So the first even number will be 2. Then up there will be a change in the updation. So to get the next even number you want to plus increment by 2. Okay, then two questions I am giving as homework. Same, okay, similar to this. The first program was display all odd numbers between 100 and 200. Odd numbers between 100 and 200. You can refer the first program for this. Then second one, to find the average of first 10 natural number. Here we are finding the sum. In the second program, you want to find the average. Hope you understood how we are finding the average of this number. If sum is available, then we can easily find out the average. Okay, so please try to write this program in your notebook, and please write and study this program. No need to by heart. Write and study. All these two programs you want to write in your notebook. Okay, then the remaining iteration statement, that is for loop and also do while loop, we will discuss in the next video. Okay, then thank you.